Live from New York, it's Hangout Conversations time with that guy, Rappaport. Hey everybody, welcome to Hangout Conversations with Rappaport, Rappaport, Matthew. And as you can see, I took a shower for you. It's amazing. Just for you, I have some notes because notes are fun. Exciting to have you here mid-February or February. We don't say the R. SNL's going to sue us. What are you talking about, Brian McDonald? They don't own New York. They don't own the live. We can go live. Maybe it's where I emphasize. That would be, see how us New Yorkers like to chat and talk like that. But speaking of which, I was going to say February. Yeah, bro, who's in the hizzy? February instead of February. You know, we don't say the R. We just say February and library. There's no R. That's probably most of America anyway, not just New York, but the accent. So exciting show with the H.I.R.L Hangout of Brian McDonald coming up pretty soon, McDonald, Brian. That was a joke that didn't happen. BJ Woods is also here. So we did the NYC H.I.R.L, the Hangout in real life. You have to have the dots in there, otherwise people think you're going to P-U-K-E. And lots of those are going on, lots of them happening around the world. They're planning one in Miami and Nashville. South by Southwest in Austin is coming up in just a few weeks, which would be awesome if I got to go to. Edinburgh in Scotland, Vegas, Chicago. Even though Chicago's trying to say it's hip, I don't know why. They're going to get less people if they call it hip. That's just my opinion. Ottawa and Toronto. Elaine Lindsay's trying to do something there. I know Joe Martinez, Miami. Vegas with Brett Bjornson. Los Angeles probably with Cam Meadows. Seattle with Stay Frey and Renata, who's in South Africa. I hear she might return to Vancouver one day in the next couple of weeks and stop in New York to get her boots, but not her bra because we have no idea where that is. And that's it. That's what's going on in this neck of the woods. I feel like I should shoot it to Al Roker, but Al Roker's not here. Lots of changes on Google+. Lots of changes. You just got tag fapped or Rappatag fapped. As I looked into the thread, it was like, where's that come from? Lots of Google+ changes. The first noticeable change is the new circle tab. Now you could shrink your circles, make them small and big, and everyone has 5 circles, but I've got like 100 I'd show you, but we don't have time for that. And I guess the point is to shrink it so you can move, that's what she said, move it, or probably not what she said, unless she's into women. The point is to move the circles around so you easier, she said. Yeah. That was BJ Woods, in case you don't recognize that voice. And I don't know that it made things easier. There's no I don't know what the keystrokes are to shrink. Maybe a minus and a plus, I don't know. But besides that, the suggestions, there are suggestions back there. They're just sitting there, people that you have no idea that no one knows are sitting back there. And I added 47 that were suggested. And then after the 47, there was a brand new 92. I guess every time you add the suggested ones, new suggested ones pop up out of nowhere and they double in size. So eventually there'll be 5,000 people back there. I don't know what the deal is. I don't get the algorithm. This is the part where you think you're actually now. I'm still ahead. Everyone's like, what's going on? Isn't there a Brian McDonald for us to watch? Yeah, he's coming up. Can't you just hold your roses just for 5 seconds, people? Isn't there any kind of patience involved in the world of HOA? Hang on there. Yeah, but so what's hot now is everybody's stream. Just take the volume and lower it down if it's bothering you. The gray bar is finally here, or the black bar, or the combination of the gray-black bar, the yellow bar. I don't get why one day we have it, one day we don't. I know they're testing. They're moving things around the code, and that's kind of nutty. The side panel is different now. The Hangouts have been moved up, and they got rid of the little pictures that Bobby Joe really loves and depends upon to show you the people that you love most or that love you the most. I guess the relevancy thing again. That is 86. That's gone. The Hangouts on the air are improving. The iOS, the iPhone users, there's a whole 20 million of us, even though Android says there's 5 of us. We finally got the instant upload, and what's hot is now on my mobile, so I can see more stuff over and over again that I or all of us posted in July or last month or last year or 20 years ago or when it first came out, and now it's being posted over and over again. Occasionally we get some new stuff, but you know what? Personally, what's hot, it'd be cool to see community stuff that never gets in there. I feel like there's not enough community stuff, whether it's not just my show, but any of the stuff we do doesn't seem to make the What's Hot list, and that'd be really cool if that happened. Just saying, tonight's guest You came to see Brian McDonald. Let's get to him. I got a big intro, big fapping Japping intro. I should read it so I don't mess it up. I've never done that before. I met this guest tonight in real life before the big NYC H.I.R.L. We had dinner, went to a comedy club. Tiffany Henry was involved just for a little bit, and then we met in real life at the New York City H.I.R.L. He's awesome. He did a good job. Good. I can't talk. Breathe. He helped me with Daria Muss's Hangout Conversations show in New York City Live, which was really fun and awesome with him. He had his photography going. He had some cool pictures that he was taken during the show, during the weekend. His pictures were less blurry than mine for the most part. He's got the plus hair, across the chest. He's like he's Google Plus version of Jesus. He wasn't creepy at all, Bobby Joe Woods. I think you're thinking of someone else. He's the master hockey player, photographer, artist, thinker, drinker, Jerseyan with the Master Blaster hairstyle. He got a haircut even though he left half of his hairstyle on. He's my good friend, the guy that I'm romancing the stone with. He is the Brian Mickey D's McDonald. Welcome to Hangout Conversations. You guy, what is going on? Oh my God, there he is.
Here I am.
There you are. So how was that? Did I do okay with? I know I left out a lot of things, and I wasn't.
I was hoping for something at least maybe like 10 minutes long, like 10 minutes long.
Sexy, handsome, adorable.
Yeah, I was looking for like a
kitty
presidential
lover.
speech.
You see, what we got to do is we got to have a hangout. Is that your Obama voice? Yes, it is. So welcome to the show, Brian. How does it feel? Thanks for. I know you're always my first choice, but I had someone else booked to play guitar. But you play guitar, and I bet you have it handy. So in case I ask you to play random chords, you can.
I might be able to do that.
Yeah. So I see that you also brought your special kitty with you.
Yeah, she's always around.
She doesn't eat your pop that much, right? That's cool.
Can you see it?
So how are things in Jersey? They're doing okay.
The weather's not too great, but I'm sure it's the same for you, since we're.
Yeah, probably. That's probably how it works. Let's start with the random questions. I don't have cards. I've been doing so many things, but pick a number 1 to 4. 1, 2, 3. They're out. Which finger do you want?
Let's go with number 2.
Number 2. What is your favorite? For all the Marvels in the world, favorite cartoon in the whole world? I know you love the Venture Brothers. I know you're an artist. You love them. Is there a cartoon that you just love and you like to draw? That's
well, I mean, Venture Brothers is probably one of my favorite current cartoons, but when I factor in my childhood and everything, I have to go with Transformers.
Transformers is awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Now, so speaking of Transformers, I mean, do you feel, I only saw like some of the first movie, but do you feel like the live action movie kind of sucked? Or what were you
I mean, a lot of people hated on it, and I'll probably say that I didn't really like the second movie, but all in all, when you look at the 80s cartoon, it pretty much embodied everything that the cartoon was about as far as not being the greatest story, but having robots doing cool stuff.
Having robots making crazy voices. Yeah. I love Transformers too. There was a whole block. It was like Transformers, Voltron, G.I. Joe, that kind of, I think it was like that kind of block. I know the Jetsons were on in the morning. That was more afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, the reason I got into Transformers was because I have an older brother. So I was born a year after Transformers came out, but since he was 6 years older than me and he was into it, I got into it. But after that, we kind of transitioned. Well, there was always G.I. Joe also, and then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Ghostbusters. What else?
Wow, Ghostbusters. That was kind of a newer-ish cartoon, but not even. But yeah.
Well, we watched there were 2 Ghostbusters cartoons. There was the I forget what the original was called.
There was the good one, and there was the bad one.
Yeah, the original one was just called Ghostbusters, and it was kind of weird, and we liked it. But then the real Ghostbusters cartoon came out. And that was, the Ghostbusters that everyone knows and loves.
Yeah, people that we get to call. Tim Clary is here, and he's like running late for God is trolling boots. Yeah, you can troll if you want.
I want as many people to troll this as possible, just because it would be something to talk about. Hopefully aside from myself.
Wow, really, Bobby Joe? Bobby Joe, nobody cares about you. Yeah, I didn't say it. We love you, Bobby Joe.
Bobby Joe was laying on the hate.
I know, I don't get it. And Bobby Joe's so negative. Why is she such a negative Nancy? I don't get it now, lady. Nudie.
Wow, now you guys don't get it? I've been this way since the beginning of time, and you guys don't get it.
I know.
I don't know. I remember a kind and gentle Bobby Joe.
Yeah, there was a time where it was gentle, nice, kind,
That
non-sarcastic.
bitch is my evil twin.
And
Wow.
yeah, she was very supportive of me in the early days of my Google Plus career.
I know. Now she's just kind of
now,
like, I got better things to do.
I made you famous, fucker.
Wow, really? You really need to use all the F words on the show, famous and
All the F words.
Oh, really?
And now she's, every day I get a text message in the morning saying I made you, I can break you, and don't say anything bad to me or else, I'm gonna put an end to your followership.
The one bit, so bro, let's get back to Ghostbusters because that's really what people want to talk about, according to Bobby Joe. Brown was talking about that the Ghostbusters cartoon, not based on the movie, was better. Was that the one with like Slimer was the main character? I remember one where Slimer was really featured. Like the Slimer was like their buddy, right?
See, I had a lot of episodes of that show recorded on VHS, and we would watch them.
VH what? I'm just kidding.
Or either VHS or
Beta.
Bronwyn's probably more familiar with Betamax because
she's old.
She tends to hop on. No, she tends to hop on the trends that don't really get adopted. Yeah.
Hey, what is that you're drinking over there, Brian?
Well, I wanted to relax a little bit, so.
You can't put that! Get that off! What are you doing to us, Brian? You don't have any sponsors. Trying to can make us alcoholics. Actually, I said Brian was a drinker. That's fine. Nobody cares. Who's your favorite Canadian hockey player? I love how Motivus said Canadian. Like, so does that mean you have to be born in Canada? Is that what he's saying?
That's a pretty easy question to answer, I think. My favorite Canadian hockey player is Marc Messier.
Oh, that's right. I remember you saying that. Marc Messier. He doesn't Messier around.
Yeah, he was one of the heroes growing up. We share a break.
Well, was it because he guaranteed the win against the Devils? Was that what made him a hero?
Well, I always liked him because he was one of the best players, but he was really one of the more rough players, so he would kick people's asses and score goals and stuff. Compared to Wayne Gretzky, who just scored goals and got a lot of assists. You enjoy the roughness. So Mario Lemieux was too much of a wuss too, or? Well, I like Mario Lemieux was really tough though because he played through a lot of injuries. Yeah, Yager is good. Cool. But he's not Canadian. He's not Canadian. He isn't. No, that's a fact. He is Russian, right? Or Yugoslavian? No, he's from Czech. Czech. That's one of those. Sorry for all those people that are in those 3 different kind of countries that I made into one country, even though you're kind of attached to each other. But so there was a couple other questions. One more. Oh yeah, back to the GoBots. Tim Clary wants to know if you. Yeah, GoBots sucked. Yeah, they were. I had the toys. I had GoBots and Transformers. We all had the toys. The toys are terrible because. I mean, okay, it was the '80s and toys weren't nearly as advanced as they are now. But even the '80s Transformers were somewhat good. But pretty much the GoBot was you folded it in half and it became, if it was a plane, like you just folded it in half and then it became a robot. There wasn't really much to the transformation. That's true. Oh, Tim Clary's like not Gretzky, even though you spell Gretzky with an S instead of Z, but we still love you, Tim Clary. Yeah, Messier wasn't always a Ranger, bro. And Messier played for Gretzky played for the Rangers, but Gretzky played for the Rangers too. Yeah, so Gretzky, in his last season he played for the Rangers, but which was cheap. And Gretzky were both part of the Oilers dynasty. They were, a little bit longer. Who lost to my Islanders? What? Who said that? Well, the Edmonton dynasty put an end to the Islanders dynasty. Yeah, I know. But they had some rivalries, but very cool. And you are a hockey player yourself. Hockey is your life, or pretty much one of them? It's a good chunk of my life, yeah. You said chunk, I like it. So what got you into hockey, and like what you've been playing since you were like a peewee, or? Well, let's see. I moved to. Well, on my second birthday, I was given a hockey stick and a plastic puck. I'll say. And I would shoot that around the house. But I didn't exactly know what hockey was at that point. But when I moved to Pennsylvania, we had some room in front of the house. And my father got us hockey sticks and street hockey balls. And I had that, yeah. And for some reason, we wore helmets with cages on them, even though we were playing out in the street with no skates on. But you were like a little kid then, so they want to, you were still developing. They want to make sure. Well, that too, and also we never cut our sticks, because usually you'll cut your stick down to height. So in the pictures, it's me playing with a full-size stick that's twice as tall. You had to like grab it from the bottom. That's what she said. Yeah, wow. And so we were playing in the streets, and that was probably when I first got into hockey. I was living in Pennsylvania, but I got to meet a few of the Flyers players.
Cool.
But even still, we were always Ranger fans because we would go to visit our great aunt in the city. And
It's a mascot for Hangout Conversations. It's Matt Rappaport.
You're not
He's like
your mascot's all kitty.
Kitty is so threatening.
So anyway,
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm trying to get the dog to shut up. But listen.
just shoot it or something. Yeah, so in Pennsylvania we started playing hockey a little bit, but then after that we ended up moving to New York City, and my brother started playing ice hockey, and once we moved to New York, we went from riding bicycles, we put those in storage, and then we got rollerblades, and we rollerblade all over the city, literally almost every day, and so my brother was playing ice hockey. I eventually got into it. I was 5 years old at that time. And that was when it started. And we pretty much lived at the ice rink. Over the weekends, we'd sleep over, skate, and play at any and all hours.
Yeah, there was a video game not about ice hockey, but about skateboarding. Skate or die. Which
Yep,
used to play all the
we had
time.
that. I had that for.
That was like the most impossible arcade game. Like, no matter where you went, like, it'd always find you, the little hairball.
I had that on.
Eat you.
Our first computer that we ever had was an Apple II GS, and we had Skate or Die, and we played it so much that we wore out the. I can't remember if it was a 3.5-inch floppy disk or one of the big 5-inch discs. I don't know if you guys ever used any of those. Guess not.
No, we did. I did. Yeah, I had the Commodore. I had a Commodore, not an Apple. I had an Apple at school, but not. Yeah, we had all different size discs, floppy discs.
Yeah, so we always played Skate or Die. What was it? Winter Games.
Strip poker. Yeah, I remember Winter Games. Yeah.
California Games.
Yeah, I remember those. Yeah. And they felt. You know what? The computers were basic, but there's something about the computers being basic and the internet being a little bit mysterious and basic that was kind of cool feature, a cool feeling. Like there wasn't like all these conveniences that there are today and all these great stuff. But it was still cool to be like, all right, I'm gonna try to as a little kid, you were like, oh, I must be like a hacker or I must be doing something really important, even though you were like not really. But it was like you would connect to like a bulletin board or you would connect to like some random thing, and there was like it was mysterious, and you were just like, this is kind of fun. And there was a fun element to it, even though the modem that was my impression of the 24. Yeah, I think it was so funny. It was like every modem was bigger and bigger: 600, 1200, 900, 2400, 9600, 1288, 14.4, 28.8. I was like, everyone at school was like, how fast is your modem? It's like, how big? And then eventually it was like DSL, what? And then eventually cable modem.
Yeah, cable.
And then people were talking about a T1 connection. And
yeah, T1 was the cool cable connection before cable came out.
Yeah, T1, T3, T20.
I think we had 14 with the Apple, but then I think we went to 36 once we got a PC. But aside from all those games, the games that I played the most were probably Leisure Suit Larry as a 6 or 7-year-old.
Yeah, that's a great game for a 6-year-old.
In the beginning of the game, you had to answer like grown-up questions to be able to play the game.
That's awesome.
So pretty much what I would do if my brother wasn't around, we would just I would just choose random answers if I didn't know it, and then it got to a point where I played the game so much that I memorized all the answers for the questions. But I never beat it. I was too young to know how to get laid.
Wow, you said you never beat it. All right, that's the winning. That would be the winning. It's not until you hit the puberty mark. I see Aaron Wood is here, who's freaking out as usual, and Tim Clary is calling for people as well. Bronwyn's still watching, and Rose T, if you're out there, Motivus Jones. Are having a good show so far. Bruce Gava, Daniel Fontaine, we got the Boston, the Bruin fans are in the house. I'm sure they're happy to know that you're a Ranger fan. You know what's funny?
Well,
I think.
Wait, hold on. Especially since the Rangers just shut the Bruins out and remain in first place. Push
that on their face. But I was gonna say, even though in life we have these rivalries, I'm an Islander fan, you're a Ranger fan, except I don't feel any hatred towards you.
There are a lot of people that are very intolerant of other people's favorite teams, but for me, I'm just a huge fan of hockey, and I can respect anyone's allegiance.
Yeah, and the hockey players get traded, and there are plenty of people that have played for both the Islanders and Rangers and Devils.
Well,
like the Yankees.
Not too many, but they don't tend to trade too much. But yeah, that isn't really a factor. It's just a matter of, just respecting. You like the Islanders. I'm not going to be like, oh, he's an Islander fan. I'm going to talk shit on him all the time.
No, I agree. Music or hangouts? Is that a Stephanie Van Pelt question for you? I have no idea where that. I just saw that she mentioned us, and I don't know what's going on if they're checking us out. But yeah, I know there's lots of threads with you over here. I'm trying to figure out all these. No SP, why don't they get paid? Yeah, everyone's getting paid. Yeah, getting paid in +1s. Duh. That's
I didn't get paid, but Kitty got paid.
Kitty got paid in cat food. You're eating a crunchy burrito. Really, Bobby Joe wants her money. Bobby Joe does very little for the show, even though in her brain she feels like she runs the world. So if Bobby Joe wants to give me more time, I'll give her more money. Anyway, we love you too, Bobby Joe. She's
saying all kinds of nice stuff in the side chat. She's saying, "Oh, Matthew, I love you, Matthew. I would."
Why do you have to be so mean, Matthew? You're not an a-hole at all. I would never curse you out, not even on your own show.
Oh, and she also just said that she's so happy that I'm on the show. Oh, thank you.
She is very happy. In fact, like she was wondering what the deal is. Like, why weren't you on the show sooner? So you did do photography. A couple people are asking about photography and you, but I think before we get into photography, I think we could go through each thing that you love as we talk about the New York City H.I.R.L, the Hangout in real life. So we talked a little bit about it, but take me through. You started way back with the plus ports. That's kind of your big jump into it. That was your big getting that done and a little bit with Daniel Enlow on the photo walk. Start from there and take us from there to arriving at the New York City H.I.R.L.
Well, the very first stages of the H.I.R.L were just the idea of it happening. I mean, after you, Tiffany, and I hung out, some people started talking about a winter hangout in New York City, and so. Since I'm so close, that was a no-brainer for me. I was going to be able to make it regardless. But then Chi-Chu had the idea of, with all the people meeting up together, to have some kind of passport that people could keep track of who they met and where they went, so on and so forth. And I had an idea to, actually physically make it. And the early stages of that was... I just made a graphic. I didn't know who was going to do it. I didn't know who was going to be involved or want to be involved in it. And I just made a replica of, a traditional passport with the H.I.R.L logo that I created. And so I put that out there, and some people said that they didn't want something that was, just a traditional passport. They want something a little bit different. So Daniel had the idea to use a leather-looking texture on it, and so I rolled with that and kind of just collaborated a little bit as far as what ideas they had, and then I ended up making it. And at first I was hoping that someone else would print it because I
know. Yeah, it's a lot to do. There's a lot involved. I mean, I think when people think about the Hangout in real life and they thank people and all that, there were just so many factors, and you having a group of people do it, just there's so much to do and get done. And I think we thought it was going to be a lot, but a lot of things were left on people's shoulders, and we were just doing our best we can. Even the plus ports themselves, creating it and then printing it and compete. You had to go over into Astoria Queens, pick them up, and back.
Yeah, that was the other thing too. Was I made it, and in my mind, I was just I had the graphics set up, and I was going to put it out to whoever wanted to take point on that. But then it got to the point where we were getting pretty close to the H.I.R.L. And I didn't know what was going on, and at the same time, I didn't want to do all that work and end up having nothing happen to it. So I used a local printer that I pretty much always use. I guess I'll give a plug to them because they treat me really well. They're 4/4, and I usually always recommend them if someone needs something that I think they can pull off. And I think I had a week to get the plus ports done, and I got them done. I paid a little bit extra so that they would be done in time, and a little bit of a problem came up because I had two other existing projects with them that were pending, and they held on to the Plusport package, waiting for me to do the other stuff so they could send it all together to save me on shipping. So I called them. It was Friday of the H.I.R.L.
Right.
And I asked them, what the status was, and they said, oh, it was going to be shipped out that day. And I said, no, I'll just go over
I just pick it up. You don't understand. I can't.
Ship them today.
It's time sensitive.
Yeah. So I ran over to Queens and I picked them up. They're very accommodating.
Cool.
And
yeah, it's a lot of pressure though, and I think, we didn't have a lot of time. We did this all in a month or less, all of it, and I think next time we'll be better prepared. But, I think that part of making it successful is the other people, and, it's a mix. We met everyone. There are a lot of people, and some people are better about things than other people, and hopefully in the future we can, I guess, hurl with all the cool people that are who they say they are. Anyway, no, but everyone was pretty cool. Ermino Mir, who we love, asks, are you playing some of your tracks? So is that some of your music tracks? I know that we were getting into the whole Ryan, Brian, Van McSickle. I didn't get there yet. It's up there, but do you have any
you
originals?
Want to answer that question?
Yeah.
Well, the problem with me with music is that you have all these talented musicians like Ryan Van Sickle, Heather Faye, and Rebecca Pearl, and I'm forgetting a lot of people, but they're all pretty much singer-songwriters, and for me, I'm very much not a singer, and all the music that I create is every song that I've ever made hasn't had any words in it, or lyrics and vocals, and all the music I create
no Christopher lyrics.
Yeah, it's just I'm recording one part at a time, so if I have an idea on the piano, I'll start playing stuff on the piano, which I can't even do right now because mine is broken. But I'll play something on one thing, and then I'll record it, and then I'll go back, and I'll play some bass, record it, guitars, and anything else. So if I play anything here, it's like barely any part of the song. I don't even know if you wanted to play some of this stuff.
Yeah. If you want to, we can get into that. If you wanna do it, you wanna bring it out now, or Conversations Plus, or a little later. Bobby Joe thinks it's all crap, and this is where she gets mad for me reading the sidebar. But I don't care.
She said, I'm reading what she said. She said, Brian, I'm a big fan of your music. I wish you could play it live.
Brian, I dream about you at night, as well as Matthew, Muhammad Mansour, Rayanne, Buyakash, and lots of other men that I will never get to.
For those people.
Swim with in bed. What? It's not bad. Let's go to G4. G4 time. Why not? Let's break it out early, because I never get enough G4s. Number one, plus love or plus hair?
Plus love.
Scoring an NHL hat trick or having your pictures published in a major magazine like Time magazine?
I'd be happy with scoring one NHL goal.
Just one goal, not a hat trick.
Yeah.
That would be.
I don't need a hat trick.
You don't need a hat trick, and you'd rather score an NHL goal than your pictures published.
Yeah, because
the thrill of it. What about Google? Would you rather have Google Plus or cats?
Which cat? My cat or Google Plus?
Well, I thought Google Plus versus kitty or cat is not fair. I thought I would just say cats in general.
Just cats in general? I'll pick Google Plus.
But you would pick kitty over Google Plus.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see. One day there won't be a kitty, unfortunately, but there'll probably still be a Google Plus.
Well, if it comes down to that, maybe I'll have to get a replacement afterwards.
Replacement, I get it.
I don't know if I can find one, though. She's pretty unique.
She is awesome. Furry, Emily Manning. Emily Manning, is that the name of the one that did the hats that Dave?
That's Emily E-Cycle.
Emily E-Cycle, my bad. Emily E-Cycle's furry hat or plus sports?
Ooh, I would probably go with the hat. I would go with the hat.
I'd rather go with something I didn't create.
Well, I would probably do that because it'd be cheaper.
Awesome. Ass kisser, whatever. Bobby Joe Woods has the greatest commentary in the... not much.
Now she's saying that she loves my plus ports and she's happy that she didn't lose hers.
And we'd like to actually personally thank Bobby Joe Woods for putting up all the beer, all the alcohol. She did everything right.
Yeah, she was trying to get me drunk the whole time.
Yeah, I know. What about you guys out there? How was your whole experience? I see Tim Clary, Daniel Enlow was in the Hizzy, and Dana Long is here as well. Oh, Bobby Jo Woods, did she crash or did she Hangout Conversations quit?
She may have Hangout Conversations quit.
I would hope she would just crash because we just give her the dirt that she gives us, right? I'm confused. Well, hopefully she'll be back. Either way.
If not, should I mute myself and put the logo on there?
I didn't think we were being too mean. Anyway. Bobby Jo Woods, if you're out there, come back or no, I don't know. Anyway,
Bobby Jo.
We mostly love you. We don't love it when you do. We pull that. Anyway, so moving on. So then you you arrived at the HQ. Was that was the first place you arrived to Thursday night? And so who was there when you first jumped in? Besides me, who else?
You were there.
James, Super Dave.
I'm trying to think. Rodney Pike was there. I think Bruce Garber was there. Possibly Michelle Atwater. Tim was there, right? No, Tim wasn't there yet. He came later on with his with the house on his back.
Man. Yeah. Let me send Bobby Jo. I don't think Bobby Jo is online. Oh, there she is. Let me send her a link in case she crashed. There we go. Yeah, there were a lot of people there. We had the show that we set up. I did actually do the show from a laptop. And you took some great pictures. We did it in the back of. We did it in the back. We did it in the girls' side. We did a girls' side and a boys' side, even though we mixed it all up. And Daria Must popped on, and it was pretty cool to see everybody jumping in. So.
And we didn't have too many connection problems since the internet was pretty unreliable in the place.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we had a little fuzziness and stuff. Hey, there is word from Bobby Jo Woods. She is alive, and she will, I think, eventually make her way back to the Hangout Conversations. I think we're in negotiations right now.
Contract negotiations.
I've offered her a plus one every other. I want every other month. She wants every other second. So we're kind of battling to get that number closer. We'll see what happens. But anyway, so there's a lot of questions in the audience. Yes, no. I invited a lot of people. Daryl Barnes in the house is a Caps fan. Caps all right. And
I like the Caps. I mean, aside from the Devils. Well, aside from the Devils, I like a lot of things about other teams, but the Rangers just come first for me.
Robert Reddle, yeah, the Rangers come first. They should. Robert Reddle, he's here with the chopper, and South African. We're not as sure we're all the way from South African, and lots of people are watching Hangout Conversations. Broadwin's still there. She's got a phone call still. So basically, then to talk more about the host. So what was like meeting people? Do you feel like the people that you met were mostly like they were in Hangouts, except for one or two? Or
pretty much everyone. I knew that since I got along with everyone in Hangouts that I was going to get along with everyone at the H.I.R.L, and I wasn't proven wrong. Tim Clary was pretty awesome. We bonded pretty well as Super Dave. I knew I was going to get along with him. And Ronnie was actually, I didn't really know Ronnie, but we ended up, he was part of the...
He was awesome. He's watching right now, I think.
Yeah, he was part of the group of people that ended up staying pretty good, up until Monday with the Super Bowl party and everything, but we can get to that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Yeah. Ronnie's great. Ronnie hung out with us a little bit last night, and he brought us the best rum in the world, and then in case we ran out, he brought us the second best rum in the world. So that was pretty best of him. And he brought us some cookies and Nutella and other stuff.
Yeah, and there were still people that I didn't get to spend a lot of time with as much as I wanted to, but there's always going to be a chance for that in the future.
Yeah, so the contract negotiations in the middle of my show, I'm trying to figure out when they could just stop so we can go back to doing Brian McDonald negotiations. Brian McDonald, I want to negotiate. Will you ever shave your head on my show, or that's never happening?
No, that's not going to happen.
Not going to happen. Cool. So the photo walk was a big thing. We had the concert, the photo walk. You were taking pictures like me nonstop, and we've already both posted a lot. Obviously, you took pictures with a professional camera, and I used an iPhone camera, so mine were a little blurry. Not all of them. I think a lot of them came through.
You had some decent ones. You had
decent ones.
It wasn't that you took bad pictures, that you just could have exercised a little bit more.
Caution.
Editorial.
It's funny though. There were a lot of pictures that I didn't post, so everyone's like,
for what reason though? Were they good pictures? Were they bad quality? Were they just embarrassing subject?
So there was a few that I didn't post because they were just blurry or nothing or whatever. And then there were a few I didn't post because of quote unquote embarrassing or whatever. I mean, but I did ask people. Like, I think Carter Gibson, like, half naked in some pictures, and I asked them, I was like, should I post these? Do you care?
He probably said, yeah.
I don't care, like, post them.
He only wanted you to post the naked pictures.
Just the naked ones, does it, so, that's the way he rolls and stuff. But, so talk a little bit about the kind of camera you're using, and a little bit about your photography, and how long you've been doing it, and have you been on a photo walk before?
Well, I'll start in the beginning of my photography, I guess. It started at a pretty young age, as most of my interest did. I was about maybe 8 or 9 years old, and my father always had a pretty nice camera that he used to document the early stages of my life, and then until I became like a terrible kid and he just stopped caring. And so that camera, it was I made a post about it, but it was a Minolta Maxim 7000, I think, something like that. And that actually became my first camera when I got into photography. So it started off, I would take pictures at my brother's hockey games of him playing, and then when I got to high school and I had the option of taking a class, I jumped right on it, and I had a really good teacher, and that's when it got serious for me.
So how long were you taking class for? I mean,
that was just 3 years. 3 years of
3-year class.
Film photography.
Kitty just did an action sequence, and she was not harmed in the jump of that jump, in that middle of jump. So what was your experience like now taking your skills? When you did the photo walk, you jumped in, I know you had the tripod with you.
I didn't even
you didn't even need it. Yeah, you're on the move. There wasn't a lot of stopping, a couple of breaks in the middle of the bridge. And
yeah, I mean, there were some times where I may have used it, but I actually, during the photo walk, I spent more time talking to people and more time on the phone with you and other people that were trying to get there, to find out where everyone was. Well, for the H.I.R.L in general, I didn't take too many pictures. I didn't want to just take 1,000 pictures and post them all up. But I just picked my spots.
Hey, was that a dig at me? What?
I just picked my spots, and if I saw something that was cool, then I think the most pictures I took were at the concert, just because the lighting conditions were so terrible that I needed to have quantity.
Yeah, it was a lot darker upstairs, but even so, it was dark overall, and that's why I was taking a lot too. And makes sense. I'm finally almost at the photo walk in my picture collection. But, we like you said, we stayed till Monday, so I still have basically all of Saturday, Sunday, and whatever's left of Monday to put up. I put up Thursday and Friday, but I think I'm up to, this will be like my 13th posted pictures, so it's pretty serious.
I still have a few pictures that I'll probably put up, just random pictures of people that I liked. Maybe some of the G+ bomb, courtesy of Tim Clary, and maybe some of Tim Clary's farewell.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I was thinking about a couple of animated GIFs thrown in there, and definitely with his leaving would be pretty cool. So, Boris, you were hanging out a lot with Boris during Boris. To me, it seems like Boris was kind of like the photo walks. Besides Daniel, who did a great job and all that, it seemed like Boris was the photo walk guy. Vivian, Boris, the two of them. Like, Boris was like doing some action sequences with his camera. Like, he was like on his knees, he was rolling around.
Well, that's the sign of a true photographer who's willing to get to any position to capture their vision. But yeah, Boris was really cool. I talked to him about equipment we were using, and I felt bad for him because he was using a really big lens the entire photo walk, so I'm sure his shoulders were bothering him by the end of it.
Yeah,
I had a similar lens, but it was a lighter, less feature-filled version of it.
Yeah, no, Boris, he definitely is. He's not a huge guy. He's a shorter guy, smaller guy. So I'm guessing the lens was probably as big as him. Like, it was pretty out there. That's why he was able to sneak into crevices and stuff. And it was cool. During the photo walk, there was also a little sketch call going on. Tim and Clary and who's out there and Cliff Rock were sketching, and then can't hear me?
Oh, there you go.
Oh, all right. A little robotic.
Yeah, a little robotic.
That was kind of cool. And it was just a great experience all around.
Mm-hmm.
And then there were a lot of, there were a lot of people that were there for the photo walk that we didn't know, and some of them we did, and there were a lot of people that were like local tri-state, New Jersey and New York, and that was kind of cool. We're actually going to try to get together on the weekend, and Rebecca Pearl's having a release album party. I've never heard her music, but it should be pretty cool. Just the idea of hurling is what's cool. I mean, hanging out in real life. All this other stuff is bonus. Like, okay, we have an excuse. I would be happy just hanging out in a room somewhere.
Especially with the musicians, like, when you hang out with people and you hang out with a musician, like, a lot of times I'll feel bad for someone like Ryan Van Sickle because he'll join and for me, like, I appreciate his music and I like listening to his music, but especially after the New York H.I.R.L, I enjoy just hanging out with him as a person, just like everyone else. So when he joins in the hangout and everyone's like, "Oh, yo, Brian, come on, play a song for us," I kind of feel bad for him because I enjoy just hanging out with him. And same thing with Heather. I feel like I don't need them to perform all the time.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying. It's like a comedian would, like, always on Seinfeld, he'd be like, "Oh, you're a comedian. Tell me a joke." Be like putting him on the spot. But they were just hanging out like regular people. In fact, my need to be a singer or all that stuff would be like every time like he was around, like Ryan was around. Not every time, but I just want to like sing and like put my hand on him and like I wanted to sing and I wanted him to hear him say, "You know what, you're not that good," or "You know what, you're kind of better than not that good." But one of those would have been, that was fun, and Ryan's a good guy. But besides Ryan, you got your little your own little career you got going on with music, the Brian Van McSickle. So what was it like? You did your own cover of "Living on a Prayer" that you were practicing, and and some other Jersey songs. No, Ryan actually did a cover of that.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me. I was like, no, I didn't do that.
No, you didn't do that. You're more of a Sounds of Silence, more of a Simon and Garfunkel.
Well, that's going to be our duet at some point.
That will be. Me and Brian are going to take that on the road, and we're going to have to worry. The day unlisted stormtroopers are coming to our house, but I thought like the bunch of guys thought we were the stormtroopers. I thought that was. I guess we're not. I didn't know the code.
Well, we had a few nicknames.
Yeah, Kings of the H.I.R.L.
Yeah, Stormtrooper, H.I.R.L Kings, some other ones that I can't say.
Kings of the H.I.R.L. It's so funny. Tim Clary would be like, "We're the Kings of the H.I.R.L. And then later I would say, "Oh, the Kings of the H.I.R.L." I was like, "Yeah, I guess." Like, but you said we were. Anyway.
Well, and also there was, we had the band, which was
the band back there.
Super Dave, Tim Clary, myself, and we were superstars walking around New York. Telling people all about our internet fame and getting new fans all over the place.
Lots of fans. Lots of people rubbed your plus hair.
And then, Ronnie became an honorary member, and Matthew was our manager.
Yeah. I had that Ronnie. You have to really manage that dude. He's all over the place. He's like here, and then he's there, and it's craziness. And Ronnie...
And he loses his pants and his phone, and...
Yeah. Yeah, isn't it weird how many people lost stuff? I mean, there were e-cigarette lighters hanging around. I don't even know why anyone would smoke an e-cigarette lighter at the place, and people were losing their bras and their shirts and boots and pants and their Canadian playing cards. They lost.
I don't think I lost anything except for just memory for a period of time.
Yeah, Brian woke up and he was like, "What did I do? What happened? How did I get here?" Tim Clary thinks that I want everyone to dance like monkeys and play and drink milkshakes And yeah, I love to do that. I love it when I can take someone that I like and bring out their talent and bring out the funny and bring out the good about them. What I don't like is telling everyone about who's a raging alcoholic and who's just a pothead. So that's not my style, right, Brian? As it takes a swig. What?
Keeping it classy.
Hey, is it fair? It's the Irish stereotype? I mean, everyone likes to drink. Well, not everyone, but the Irish stereotype. I mean, we had a lot of Irish people back when I was here at McDonald. And I mean, do you feel like you hold your liquor better than most?
Well, yes, but I'm not Irish actually. To let people, I have like a really Irish name, but
yeah,
I'm actually Scottish.
Yeah, James Williams was security, by the way, just to let you know. So.
Well, and he also, he was our roadie.
I'm not sure what Daryl Barnes is. Did I not say his name right? Why is he going all nuts? He's saying some weird stuff, and
where is
Daryl?
I
don't know. In the comment thread, that's what we're reading here. It says he said "F you" with the N-word, Yarrick mother effer. Daryl Barnes, BH. Am I not saying your name right, or are you just like excited to be here? Oh, that's what you want me to say. I get it. Oh yeah. Hey, F you, cough, and you mother... Daryl Barnes is in the hizzy, or Daryl Barnes, but I think it's Barnes, really. He's a Caps fan. He wears like a snide of a...
He was definitely one of the classiest people I've ever met in my life.
Pretty classy, yeah. Very
and
classy.
I was glad that he made it to the H.I.R.L.
Yeah, I wish we had more time to spend with everybody. I mean, I try to talk to people as much as we can, but like, that's the other thing with the events going on, is that like, we were listening to the music, and we were walking on, taking pictures, and we were eating and all that. We went to that great California pizza kitchen place, the New York City cuisine, and we enjoyed ourselves at the Plus Ports, and Bruce Gaba was going around and taking videos of everybody and making things happen.
Yeah. So when he came up to me he wanted to ask me some questions, I felt bad because I was a little drunk at the time, and I just said, maybe later, but I didn't. I don't know. I'm not really a spotlight kind of person. I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. What? Yeah, but Daryl Barnes, you are one snappy dresser, and that was the H.I.R.L. show reference. My bad. I mean, you're talking about. Yeah, Chappelle's show hasn't really been relevant lately. I mean, I watched it. Maybe I'm old because I watched it when it came out. I'm sure you did too, but I just wasn't thinking, out of sight, out of mind. And besides, we're on Google Plus all the time. What else is there besides Google Plus anymore? My brain is pretty plussed out. There's hockey. There's Plus. There's drinking and good times. Dana wants to be the funky cougar in the video. Dana, you can be the funky cougar. You don't have to be funky. You could just be funky town.
Daryl's leaving some good comments.
Yeah, Daryl is.
I don't think I ever wore any piece of Nautica apparel in my life.
What? Is that a lie or is that truth?
No, never.
The last mini rant was from Chappelle's show. Yeah, Daryl, I'm with you. I knew what that was.
I don't see the.
Oh,
there we go.
Yeah. No. I knew what it was from, but the fact is he substituted his name for Chappelle. Instead of saying Chappelle's name, he said his own name. So.
Oh no, it was Rick James.
Oh, Rick James. Well, yeah. But I knew that. Cocaine is in fact, in your promo, we did cocaine is a hell of a drug. So we're all over that. That was part of your promo.
Oh, speaking of that, I was supposed to get like a pre-show energy. That was part of my rider.
I'm sorry, I was too busy working on your red M&Ms. I had to throw away all the green, brown, and eat the blue ones. So
yeah, they messed up my chi.
Yeah, when that happens, it's weird like that. Are you frozen? Oh no, just for a second. Oh, more freezing. Why am I freezing? It happens.
That's why I pretend to be frozen. Just
your computer is not buffering. What? Buffer, Joe. Buffer. Okay, so
I lost track. We're talking about photography, I think.
We're talking about photography. So Tim Clary picked one of your best pictures. I liked the picture that you got over my shoulder, where you got the Daria on the Hangout Conversations laptop. That was pretty cool, and a couple of those pictures, and a lot of great New York City pictures that you took.
Do you have any of those pictures ready to show or not?
There's a possibility, but I didn't know if how the screen share would mess things up for me or not.
True. Yeah, that's true.
But I can definitely open it out. It's something on my mind,
Yeah. So well, my camera right now, since you asked me that before.
Yeah. What is your camera?
I use a Canon 7D, which is a 18 megapixel camera. It has good low light performance. It's very fast, and it helps me see what I want to see.
Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Is it? This is Brian McDonald photography at its best. This is a great panoramic that you did. You got the Brooklyn Bridge and the Manhattan Bridge, I believe. So this was early Saturday morning. This is before you took the group photo, because
I actually, whenever I go somewhere, I always think I'm going to be late, and I get there really early. So I took a bunch of pictures before that, and I was just waiting for people to show up, and I could see that some people were gathering, but a lot of them were the local G+ New York Photo Walk group people that I wanted to meet up with at various points in January and December, but I wasn't able to make it out to the photo walks. So eventually I found out that's where they were from, but then finally I saw people that I recognized, and then we all got together. But that was a little bit before the group shot.
Yeah, so it was really early. I know there was a breakfast really early, and then the group shot. Some of us missed it because we were up late partying and hanging out, which is, it happens. That's an interesting thing from the H.I.R.L. I think everyone knew that with events planned and non-events, that people were going to try to make what they could make. Some people were there for the whole thing. Some people were there for some of it. I know Aaron Wu was there he got in for 24 hours, and he actually made it to Boobies. But cool. So this shot's really cool, and so
that was 13 pictures, I think, that were stitched together.
Wow. And how long did that take you?
That's pretty easy. The tricky part is that when you're dealing with people, they tend to move. So when you're trying to stitch multiple pictures together, if in one picture a person has their hand up and then it's down, that can pose problems. So you'll have to clean that up. But in a regular panoramic image, it's usually pretty easy as long as everything is lined up.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty cool wide angle, and you're able to get you got not just people on the bridges and the water and the buildings and the sky. There's so many different elements to it, which is really cool. And it's funny, you can see the different. I can't really. I wish there was kind of a zoom in. Maybe they'll do that in the future, to zoom into pictures on G+ and zoom out. But like you see Michael Morata with the backpack standing next to Paul Rustone right there, and they were bunk mates or hotel mates. And
bed mates and life mates.
That too, yeah. I didn't go there, and I bet that Paul's got some great shots of Morata body painted naked that he'll probably put up. And you see in the middle, it looks like Bruce Garber in the jacket right there in the middle. A lot of people hanging out. Let's go to the next shot. Keep looking at shots. This is a crazy. This is probably one of your better shots, because I see that Shefali and myself are in the center. And
it was a really good picture because Bruce Garber was in there, Shefali was in there, and Robert too. It would have been a lot better. I can't tell who that guy, the second person to the right, but if he wasn't in there, the composition would have been a little bit better.
Yeah, his white really added to the scarf that Shefali's wearing. Gave it more. He's wearing the right colors, is what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
So.
And the letters on his T-shirt kind of like draw focus away.
I know that Bruce.
It's been a masterpiece, but sometimes those are on things.
Are you trying to say that my shirt should have been buttoned up? That would have made things a little bit better.
I don't know. I can't. Oh. That's just going back and looking at that is just.
It's crazy.
Can't look back and say, what if.
What if God was one of us? I see now. This is from Daria Musk's show. This is actually the shelf that was in the HQ that is over here, and there's the laptop is sitting on it, and there's the white shirt we referred to, and you got Bruce Garber, Robert Redl, and Tiffany, and the R+ is interesting because Robert was sitting there with his shades ready to go. I saw his R+ in the back. I said, "Oh, you gonna bring that?" He's like, "No," and I was like, "Yeah, you should bring it." And he brought it, and then he used it in a couple of Google things. He put it on he put it at the end of the Google, so it was like Googler Plus, which was pretty funny. Yeah, so that worked out pretty well. So you were all over the room. It was kind of it was a decent-sized room, but the beds, there wasn't a lot of area for you to, like, operate, right? Tell me a little bit about working.
It was pretty tight, and I didn't want to knock into the shelf wasn't very stable. Yeah. And, there wasn't that much room, so I just tried to do what I could.
You did, and here's a shot where you're on the bed. Here's a shot I was talking about earlier, and it's clear. You can see my ear, but you can clearly see Daria and Ram, which is pretty cool. That was a great shot. There's me and Tim Clary's hat, and then Tim Clary is hurling on his phone, of course, back there on the bed. Great shot right there. This shot is a little scary. It's weird. You can actually see. Is it me, or can you actually see my face in this shot? Is that just from my computer overlapping, or?
I don't know.
That was weird. Let me go back. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so that's Jay Zalowitz and Super Dave before their white eyes became red eyes, I think.
Well, in a black and white photo, you can't tell.
Oh, I can tell. Oh, no, I hear what you're saying. There's Dave doing some business. Photo. You got mini soups. Yeah, all these photos are great. Let me go quickly and see if there are any questions that I might have missed. Dalbon's still doing his Dave Chappelle references. Let's scroll on down. Awesome. Bobby Joe says she's done. Okay. See you, Bobby Joe. Thanks for hanging out. A lot of asking about Renata Sherwin and Motivus Jones. Let's see. So there we go. We got mini soups, which Dave Morales liked to take and spread around, and a lot of women like to have mini soups between their bosom for some reason. That was a popular thing. I know Tracy Smalls, Tiffany Henry. I know he made his way to the stage at Dari Mush show. What did you think about the relationship between Super Dave and his mini soups? Did you feel like
it was definitely a father-son relationship?
Would you say father-son more than like a security blanket, or?
No, well, in private moments that I didn't photograph and that other people didn't see, he was very caring for Mini Soups, stroking his hair and saying words of encouragement to the little guy. Lots of hugging and kissing and snuggling. It was a very nurturing environment for little Soups.
Yeah, Mini Soups is cool. Let's see. This is one of your best. Probably one of my favorite New York City pictures, just of the city, and that I put on the end of your promo. What kind of did you use? Is most of the effect of this picture done in post? Or you did it during.
Well, well, in the beginning of that was on the balcony at the Google New York City office, and pretty much whenever I take a picture of a cityscape, there's a good chance that someone has already seen it from that same perspective and will show it to you in a very similar way. So I was thinking of ways that I could show it a little bit differently. So when I took the pictures, I made a longer exposure to take in more light so that it would be a really bright image.
Right.
So the only thing I did in the post-processing was make it monochrome, black and white, and then from all the brightness, I took the darkest parts and just made them darker so that it would give that contrasty look.
No, and it came out beautiful. I mean, the white sky is really interesting. That let's keep going. Yeah.
But a lot of the editing that I'll do to images is very similar to what I would have done with film, as far as using filters to increase contrast and stuff like that. I try not to get too much into the fantastical editing, but sometimes
it's better to do it if you can live than it is editing. But sometimes you just, whether the sun wasn't cooperating or something was happening, you don't have a choice.
Yeah, but with that city picture, I had that in my mind the whole time. So usually when I plan things out and I have an idea, it usually comes out the way I want.
Hmm. So that's pretty cool that you had it. You kind of like had the idea in your head beforehand. With filmmaking, it helps too to get that idea. But sometimes you so many things going on. That's what's interesting is why, like, film, usually you have an editor and a cinematographer, and they're not, and director and writer and all that, and they're not always the same person. And sometimes you have like Kevin Smith or someone where they are, and my film I did basically all that stuff, and it's fun and it's great to have all that control. But I feel like that there's something to have someone that's very specific as a cinematographer, very specific as an editor, and then the director and everyone else can sit in and be like there during it. But I think there's something like you did all this stuff, but don't you? I mean, I think for film it really helps to have someone specifically skilled in each area to focus on that part of the film.
Yeah, with film you want to have as much planned as possible, just because there's so many different elements being brought together.
True. Yeah. Things do change in the editing room. And the new story, a lot like my movie, a lot of things. Editing really made differences in how things played out. Here we are at the concert, the beginning of the concert. We got Ryan Van Sickle, who Brian idolizes as well as I do, and then Heather Faye and her trio with them. They played together the whole set, which is pretty cool. The upstairs, and you got the piano. I really wish she really wanted to play the piano, but there was issues, I think. But overall, it's a great shot, and it's cool how you got Heather mid-singing, and then you still got, it's funny, Ryan actually, Heather in the shot looks like Heather, but I feel like Ryan, like, we've all captured Ryan in different ways, and, like, the black and white does something. Doesn't he look very, like, Richie Valens-like, or very, I don't know, it's just interesting to see him
that just happened
captured.
to catch someone in a certain moment.
Yeah, which is very cool. There you go. And you see, he looks completely different there. See, if I go back here, I don't know what the delay is on my looking, but you see, obviously it's black and white, and he's got a certain look, but then here in full-on color just gives it a whole different feel. And you can tell that he lost a couple of buttons that he was singing so hard that they popped off. Which,
that happens. I feel his pain there. Sometimes you're just playing the guitar and it just opens up. It
just happens. You're just so powerful and enigmatic and
the thing is that it's because of chest hair. Like when you're rocking out, the chest hair starts grooving and stuff like that.
Definitely a lot of grooving, and there you go, Daniel Lowe, and
that's one of my favorite pictures.
What do they look? What is Daniel Lowe? He knows you're taking a picture of him, or he's actually looking at someone or something? Do you know?
Well, usually when I take pictures of people, I'll try to be a little bit stealthy.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll focus. I'll point the camera away from them and try to get like the right focus, and then when I'm ready, I'll turn really quickly and then take the picture.
Motivus Jones wants to know what your favorite number is, and is there a reason? What makes a good photographer, in your opinion?
My favorite number, well, I guess the easy answer is to go with my hockey number, which is 14. That's like the...
Is he asking number, like, as far as relating to a film or camera, or is it just your favorite? Because I don't know where the number, maybe he just wants to know 14. But, cool.
Yeah, I like that picture a lot because I wanted to get the two, they're brothers, so I wanted to get the two of them in that picture, and that's pretty difficult.
So I don't think I met Daniel's brother. Did he? Well, what events was he at?
I met him at. He showed up right after everyone left to go to the concert.
Oh,
I was still at the HQ with Alex and a few other people.
That makes sense. There's another picture of Heather Faye, smiling. I wonder, she's probably just having a good time, but she probably is like, I know that Brian's over there someone's taking a picture of me. This is a great shot. Oh.
I really wish I like that one.
The Murata. It's like the sign. This is like the Kramer version. Like Kramer, like he had his picture. It's like Murata's version of that. The Murata.
Mm-hmm.
Did Murata actually? He didn't actually change it to his profile picture, did he?
I don't know. Well, I don't expect it.
Because I see. Well, you don't expect it, but so Murata actually, for those of you who don't know, I think he did just turn 20, even though we all thought he was like 18.
I thought he was 19. I was right.
19. And he had some issues getting into the club, but because he's not 21, and Bruce Gaba helped out and we got him in there. He was like documenting everything, and I'm guessing Murata's probably, has he released any of his video footage? Because he must be working on it. He's got a lot of that. He was
doing a lot of video, and I know that he has a lot of video of me. So I'm hoping that he is that he doesn't. I hope that he doesn't pull a Matthew Rappaport.
I knew you would say that. Yeah. No, but seriously, like there was one picture of you like with the your plus hair, and I thought that I got approval beforehand, but
Oh, that was I don't care.
that's it. Why was there one? There were a few that were like I think there's one where your eye was blurry and I deleted it. But and again, anyone that sees a picture, they're like, oh my god, I'll delete it. But
yeah,
a lot of people were like,
I didn't see anything that was horrible. I like that picture. That was one image where I did some editing that was beyond traditional stuff.
yeah, I can tell you really focused in on Ryan. Everything else is kind of secondary.
Yeah.
Surrounding him, and the reflection is really cool. Did you do anything to bang up the reflection or
no? That was the first spot that I picked because there was so little light in that room, so I was just looking for anything that would reflect light, and the piano was a good reflector as far as
you must have been really close. You were like against the stage for that picture.
And that picture. Well, the other thing too was since it was so dark, if I was holding the camera up with my hands, a lot of the pictures ended up being blurry. So I put the camera on the piano so that it would be stable at least.
Yeah, without your tripod.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Daria, and it's funny that you got actually Daria. Was Daria? She was switching between acoustic and electric because it looks like
she had a regular acoustic. I think she had another kind of acoustic which has the plastic back. I think it may have been like Ovation or something.
Yeah.
Instead of the traditional wood construction, it has a plastic back, but it's also electric as far as having a pickup.
And it's interesting here because now it's black and white, but it's like it's hard. You can't place where she is. You got her. You got her like literally in that moment where she could be anywhere, not the living room.
Mm-hmm.
So what did you do with this shot to make
that? That was just a black and white conversion. The light in that room wasn't great, but since there was only one big light source, it made it easier to do a shot like this since there wasn't anything light.
Yeah, but the light in the room in that room was a lot better. It's amazing that it just by going black and white, it got rid of all her background, it got rid of all the stage, even
Well, when you have a color image, you can filter out the way that light is perceived.
Right.
From red, pretty much.
Yeah, there we have more light there, so you can see, and her background again is still kind of pretty dark. Maybe it's just the way you zoom, the way you capture her, like the zoom, like the tight shot that you have there.
Also I let the since I was shooting from a pretty low angle, I let the people that were spectating kind of make an artificial shadow for me.
That was cool. That worked out pretty well. And there's Daria with the rose that you got from Super Dave.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like it's hard. You can't see her eyes. It's part of it, but it's hard to tell that is Daria. I think.
Mm-hmm.
There's Mr. Roustan close up on the photo wall. Now, is this the one that I said kind of Jason Bourne? Yeah, this is Jason.
Yeah, that's Jason Bourne.
His spy going on. There's the another essential Murata, all zipped up.
That was one of my stealth pictures.
More Murata. Murata actually kind of looks like this shot right here. Looks like Murata's in a movie, kind of like Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
Yeah. Little guy in the big city.
Yeah, you got Boris all bundled up. Boris, it's funny when this really looks like I put like Neil Diamond coming to America. It looks like it really looks ethnic, like he's getting off the boat and coming to New York and.
Well, to me he looks like a player that's on the New York Rangers named Marion Gabbard. He looks like he could be Gabbard's brother.
Looks like a hockey player. Yeah, he's a small guy. He's really cool. He's bouncy, he bounces around. A Plusport signing.
I think who is that? Is that Michelle signing it?
Anna's tagged in it, so is it Anna?
Possibly, I'm not sure.
But you see the Sharpie, and for those of you that will buy Plusports or do hurls with Plusports, for now Sharpie's the way to go. I don't know. So do you?
Well, that is my actual Plusport. So hold on a second.
All right, cool. See what's coming over here. Do some plussing.
Or I thought it was. It may have been someone else's. All right. Oh well.
So, hey, bro, and welcome back. We're talking about photography, and yeah, great shot. Yeah. Oh, Daniel's checking it out. He didn't know you took that. I think he's talking about the Boris one. Where would you like to visit? Oh, that's a question from Renata. Are there, like, maybe photography-wise, what Is there some photography, some places that you really like to photograph that comes to mind?
Well, the easy answer is to, an ideal place to go is somewhere where you can have a lot of varied options of what you can shoot. So the easiest answer there is New Zealand, because there's so many different environments that you can go into. But at the same time, it seems like to show people compelling images that they've never seen before, obviously you want to go somewhere where no one has ever been.
Right. Antarctica, North Pole, those kind of places.
Yeah, but also I feel like, not just because I can't afford to go to any of those places, I feel like I can still provide I'm happy with showing my perspective of the world, even though, tons of other people have already been there and possibly seen the same thing that I have seen, but...
Yeah, and this is a great shot. This is from the World Trade Center Memorial, and, it's interesting because you took it, the framing, the way you framed it, the top part, really takes New York out of it, and you're in the memorial, you're deep in there in the pool. And it actually is it's a great shot, but there is a creepiness to it that, and it's beautiful to look at, it's sad, but, this shot really gives you that kind of eerie feeling, especially because you got the reflection of the building,
Well, that kind of echoed the way that I felt there. It was, the really weird thing that happened was, after we went through all the checkpoints and everything to get in, when I first walked over to the first tower with all the names and stuff, two people were standing there, and I went to walk in between them just to get a look at it, and the first name that I saw was someone that I knew.
Wow. Was that?
And it was right there. It was right in between the two people. I saw his name, and that was really weird. And then once I saw that, for me at least, I got really drawn in by the sound of the water, and it kind of made me just zone out a little bit, and it took me back to 2001.
Yeah. And
made me think about all that stuff. But it was definitely strange. It was almost like hypnotizing. But that's what I wanted to show in that picture, because I felt kind of weird taking pictures, period. But that was one of the I only took a few pictures. That was the one that I wanted to show, because it, like you said, it's kind of a weird feeling to look at it. But you definitely, being there takes you away from New York. It was like a time warp for me.
Yeah, it's weird the way they captured it. It looks like my video is frozen from the screen share.
I hear.
Oh, do you? Am I moving? Not for me. Yeah. It's interesting. It kind of, because we're both. I'm a New Yorker, and you're basically New Yorker, New Jersey, and it's just weird that it's so, for the longest time it was just dirt in there, and it was just zoned off. But it was a part of New York. It was a part of the sidewalk, just walking around, and the fact that it's such a big area enclosed.
Yeah, and when I was growing up in New York, that was an area that I would go to pretty regularly, be it rollerblading around, getting chased by the security. They didn't want us rollerblading in there, and and all the people that I knew. It's just weird to walk around and then see their name.
It was eerie. A lot of tears. I saw a lot of tears. For me personally, I've been upset about it for when it first happened and other times. But for me, it's more about anger, because there's so many questions and unresolved things related to me in my mind to that day. So for me, it's bittersweet, because with the politics and everything that happened, just the fact that it took so long, and a lot of people, since it happened in the last 10, 11 years, a lot of things happened to people. I'm sure people that lost loved ones, some of them lost their own lives eventually during that time, and they couldn't have the closure, and there was probably a lot of stress and a lot of 10 years, a lot of kids, a decade of all the kids that lost parents. That's a hard thing. But sharing that with clusters and having that as part of the Hanging in Real Life. Thank you, Daniel, for that. And
Yeah,
your whole experience.
Initially, I was kind of, when Daniel first mentioned it, I kind of had the mindset of, oh, maybe I won't go to that. I don't know how comfortable I feel. But after everything's said and done, I'm glad that I was able to see that.
Yeah, that's true. Some comments from the thread. Boris, did he just say Boris is fresh off the boat, Daryl Barnes? It just looked that way in your picture. Tim wants to know, photography-wise, are you what kind of photography are you most interested or attracted to? Portraiture, landscape, urban, rural, action. It seems like you're pretty much into everything, right?
Well, yeah, that's just how I am. Not even with photography, I'm really spread out. So
that's what she said.
It really comes down to I like doing action stuff because I like freezing moments, especially with hockey because it's a really fast sport, and I like showing moments that people don't really see with hockey. And I like capturing.
Yeah, do you have a lot of hockey pictures? Do you have them up?
I have.
You have a few you could show.
Well, the example that I would show. Hold on. But with people, I like to photograph people the way that I see them, and I try to capture the way that really represents them in the way that I see them and the way that they interact with me. I try to get to capture who they are to me. But that's like the most philosophical I'll get with photography. I don't try to. At the same time, I try to make an image that people can appreciate and doesn't really need a backstory or anything like that.
People like to make up stories in their own mind. They like it's like a book, looking at it, trying to decide. Like I said, I know it's Boris, but the way it looks, you start envisioning all these different things. And I call my thing like Rappavision or whatever, but everyone has their own eye. And it's fun to see how people can capture the world, capture people, and I'm looking forward to more photo walk pictures. But, I feel like there's something to capture a great picture, but sometimes a picture feels like, it's like, okay, that's cool, I'm going to take it. But, sometimes people will purposely try to set up a picture to make it look cool or and all the effects are cool and I like everything that people do with a picture. I'm not against it, but to actually get a picture in the state that it just from hitting the snap button and putting that picture up without putting any effects on it, without just using a camera, not the best camera, just any camera, whether it's an iPhone or a middle camera, whatever, and just getting a great picture as is naturally, I think to me is the skill, is the beautiful. All that other stuff, you can learn how to do it. You can learn how to make a picture better than it actually is. You can pretty much take any picture and make it look better than it is, right? For the most part.
Well, that's everything that you said is all subjective. For me,
right,
the most important thing for me is that if I take a picture of a person, if they enjoy that picture and makes them happy, then I've succeeded. It doesn't really have to be a masterpiece as long as it has some sort of impact. But I can show you with hockey, the thing that I like to show the most is, I'll screen share it.
Cool.
Something like this where, you would never with the naked eye see the action slowed down like that to where, for anyone playing hockey knows that when you see the puck, your stick flexes, creating energy and releasing it on the puck. But
so how did you take this shot?
Well, this one was, you have to have decent timing as far as knowing when someone's going to shoot. But that was I took a burst of pictures and then I cut them out. So it wasn't strictly photography. There was some manipulation involved, but all I did was I just removed the very background so that it isolated everyone. And then this is one of my more recent ones that was a favorite of mine.
Goalies have the hardest time in hockey, and I think it's the hardest position to play.
Definitely the most pressure. You're playing the full game. A couple of mistakes as a player you can get away with, but a couple of mistakes as a goalie and the game has completely changed. That's with hockey, actually, one of my main focuses is coaching goalies. So.
Were you a goaltender too?
Well, with coaching, I developed a teaching method with my brother, who was a goalie. Growing up, I was always a player in more ways than one. But
yeah, bound chico, 80s.
But I just.
Yeah, and the goalie, my brother was a goalie too, and it's you gotta respect goalies. I've been to games like as an Islander fan though. It's like they'll have a goalie in first period. He'll give up 3 goals. They'll pull him for the second period. That guy will give up 5 goals, and they'll put the original goalie back in. And you're like, this is funny how they do that. How like some teams just like switch goalies. Like the coach will be like, oh, I'll just put in a new goalie, a different goalie, and
Well, that's all mental. Usually, if a team gives up 3 goals, you'll change your goalie to try to spark up the team, to make them see, all right, something's not going right.
Yeah.
But sometimes it doesn't work. But being a goalie is all about mental discipline for me, at least. Being able to manage your emotions and know what to do in those situations.
I mean, especially in the NHL, I can't even imagine, like, even though you have all the masks and everything, the fact that people are firing a puck at you with that, I mean, still can hurt depending on where it hits you.
Yeah, no, it does, yeah.
Yeah.
But even with all the new protection, you can still get stung.
Yeah, it still hurts and you're flipping and all that. Yeah, Browan says your goalie photo is amazing. Anna Lowry, is it Lowry or Lowry? Anna, or Lowry. She had some amazing shots and Daryl called her out. Paul Rustan wants to know, do you know who the owner of Bauer is?
All I know is that he has the same last name as Paul, and it's Bauer is a good company. I use a lot of their stuff. Cool.
I think we're going to go to Conversations Plus in maybe 5-10 minutes. We've already run. I know I started a little late. Dana Long already wants to get in.
It seems like we just started.
Yeah, I know. It goes very fast, just like that. Let me go back to the screen share. Let's see a couple more pictures. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, there's only 3 more left to go. All right.
George.
There's George. All right, let's go back. So you got George and Tracy Smalls. They came up from New Jersey together.
Yep.
And it was fun hanging out. They both are heavily tattooed, which I don't know if that's a Southern Jersey thing or.
No, that's not.
No, it's
It's just
And you really captured George's hair. Like you really got the.
Well, I wanted to get the sideburns. But I didn't really take too many pictures of him. I didn't get the chance to. He was actually not there for that long in the HQ.
Yeah, that's true. And look, it kind of looks like in this side angle, it looks like his hair, or it looks like a genie lamp, right? Rubbing like a lamp or a Santa hat, like there's a face and then there's like a Santa hat on top of the face.
I always see a G, even if it's backward.
That's cool. And we got Daria pouring her heart and soul to the geniuses right there. And her boots. That's actually
I don't
soups.
I don't see the image. I may have frozen her.
Oh, did I freeze? Oh, I didn't even make that the big screen. Wow, there's George. Did it? Hold on. What's it on now? Yeah, I got past.
I can see that. It's just the image that didn't change. I can see the tag on the side.
Yeah, weird that maybe that's just her. Let me on-screen share.
There you go.
All right. Yeah, let me try one more time, see what happens.
Well, there's one picture that I want you to show, but that's in its own post, the one of Tim and Dave.
All right, there we go. Yeah. There's Daria. Did it go to Daria? Let's see.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, there she is, pouring her heart out. There's the boot. Mini Soups was hanging out down there. Someone's drink is down there. Must be the videographer guy. There she is. It looks like I know she's singing, but it looks a little squeeze-like. It's like the way you captured her with her fists. She loves you so much. Yeah, great capture. So you said there's the shot you're talking about is not in this album, right?
No, it's its own picture. Uh-oh, you got a notification.
Yeah, one notification. Is it in one of these pictures?
It should be from my posts.
There's some pictures just from the photo walk, different pictures, people, and the weekend. There's my iPhone camera.
Yeah, that's from Brian. Brian was cool. I talked to him a lot.
Cool. There's your Van Sickle.
Brian Van Sickle.
Yeah, with the chest hair. Oh, what did Michael Murata do to you at the HQ? Well, yeah. Oh, that was just another picture.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites too.
Darkness. Yeah, this is one you would rather me deleted, probably.
No, that's okay.
Oh, is it? I know your eye's a little twinky.
No, as long as I don't have zombie eyes.
Renata said you're blue stealing each other. What? Now, is that a sexual term I'm not aware of? Blue stealing? I don't.
Haven't you ever seen Zoolander?
Oh, okay, yeah. But there, see, look at that. How awesome is that shot? No?
That's a masterpiece.
Right there. I
framed that picture. I don't know what I was doing there.
Oh, cool. Is this? Wow. Is this? This says my name. Is this my? Did I? No,
yeah, you did that one. That one was good.
I don't think I did. Maybe I just copy and pasted that one.
That one is Renata's.
Yeah, I didn't think these were just Renata's. There we go.
That was Renata's.
So wait, where did you? Oh, this is California Pizza Kitchen. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you are at the. This is your Native American long hair. Last year at the toy show.
Yeah, with that.
Yeah. I don't see when am I like commenting about the photo before it shows up? Yeah, I am, right?
A little bit, but it's showing up on time.
This one's not. This one didn't. All right, hold on. Did that just show up?
What, the one with the
beard?
Oh, there you go. Now Joe and you.
Yeah.
And
and you. You're in there too. That was Mr. There's you and Bobby Joe.
She's trying to stick her hand up my butt, I think.
I think so. Oh, you photobombed that one. Sweet.
I don't see it yet. Hold on.
Oh, alright.
That's enough screen sharing for now. Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. Let's stop the screen share because it's not doing me any favors.
We still have other stuff to talk about.
We have lots of stuff to talk about, but we should go to Conversations Plus. I think because people are like, oh my God, is the show ever going to end? What? No, they love it. They love us. They love you. They love me. They love the whole package. The tri-state McDonald, McRapper package. I'm just going to the thread right now. Lacrosse ball can be a pretty dead weapon too. Yeah, lacrosse is sure, especially with the way you fling it.
See, I like lacrosse, but the one thing I don't like about it is that it pretty much takes away the best parts of hockey.
Skating, fighting.
Well, the speed, fighting is whatever, but just the fact that you can be the best lacrosse goalie in the world and you'll still give up 1,000 goals. Like no one in lacrosse has ever. Well, I'm probably wrong, but no one in lacrosse has ever got a shutout because
no, they have.
Happen, at will.
No, they have. But I hear what you're saying. But it's a lot. But I think it's a lot harder to. But the goal is a lot smaller in lacrosse, isn't it?
Yeah, but just the fact that the ball is, shot so quickly.
Yeah, it's hard to see.
They don't even have a chance to react.
Yeah, I know it's a tough sport, but it was definitely. I want to think that hockey came before lacrosse, right? And it was just based on hockey.
I don't know.
Bobby just says you don't have a butt.
Yeah, I was waiting. Well, if she was in here, she would have said that immediately. She's been saying that.
Yeah.
But she actually, hold on. She just sent me. She just G-talked me. She said, "Brian, you have a really nice butt. I'm just saying this just to bust your balls." Yeah. Okay. And I'm sure if she was here, she would say that was the truth.
Yeah. Probably. You do have. I can attest your butt is pretty nice. But
one other shout out I wanted to give was someone that I looked forward to meeting at the H.I.R.L because I knew that I would get along with him. Was Al.
Oh yeah, Al was great.
And he took some really cool pictures of Tim.
Do we have? I know I didn't post them. I posted them because I wasn't sure people wanted us to post them. But Tim did some. You posted the shot with Dave and the cinematic shot, but then there was a lot of artwork that Tim was doing in this building next door.
Yep, that was. For a lot of people, that was the highlight of the H.I.R.L just because no one expected it to happen.
Yeah, something that was different.
Yeah, definitely. But I was glad I was able to get a decent picture out of it.
So I think I'm going to wrap up and we'll go to Conversations Plus to talk more. But let's Let me do Bobby Joe's favorite part of the show, 9 Plus. What is your favorite part of Google Plus, Brian?
Well, see, the easy answer is to say Hangouts because that's
what everyone says.
But my favorite part of Google Plus is hurling.
which has a lot to do with Google Plus and nothing to do with Google Plus at the same time, right?
It's a different way, the standard way of sharing things on Google Plus is, if I have a picture, I'll post it. But with hurling, I have pictures that I can post that are a lot more relevant to everyone.
Yeah, I agree. Like the H.I.R.L, there's so many great things about the H.I.R.L, not just from meeting people and the experience, but the amount of content. I mean, look at the amount of content we have to post, and it's something we all want to see. I heard from non-New York City hurlers they were jealous, and they couldn't wait to see us all together, all these people they've hung out with together, and the fact that we got the Hangouts on air for the concerts was cool, and we did the one with the chef. Well, what about there's so many new features every week. What one do you want to see integrated?
One more thing I wanted to say is, with the H.I.R.L too, it really built up a lot of the relationships that I had on Google Plus with people that I hadn't really interacted with a lot, especially guys like Ronnie that I didn't meet before, and now I'm hanging out with him a lot.
Yeah. No, Ronnie was great. I didn't even know Ronnie that well. I mean, I've heard of him, but I never actually got to hang out. And if you're watching, Ronnie, hello, you're the best. Big shout out. With that. And I see that they're talking about lacrosse. Lacrosse is older. Okay. They're talking about the goals. And Tim said Al took a lot of rock star photos, which is he did. Al had some great DC H.I.R.L photos that he set up, and he took the gang down there, which is pretty cool. If you get a chance, I would recommend to check that out. What about feature? I mean, feature you like to see integrated? All these features, so many features.
Well, for me, I'm in the infancy of Hangouts on air as far as being able to use them. So for me, I'm not even sure how it works exactly, but I would like to see some producing features as far as being able to manage content within a Hangout. I'm sure that's something that would be way, way down the road, but for someone that's doing a live show like this, if they want to bring in outside media, so say if you have a musician, you want to show them a video of a performance of theirs, you can easily show that, or you can bring pictures in directly without screen sharing.
Yeah, I agree. Uploading stuff, a lot of features. I even talked about a different platform to include a different platform to make the Hangout on air.
I don't think it needs a different platform, but if you think about a program like Camtasia, where you can queue up media and pictures to show them on the fly, I think something like that would be really cool to make for a much more rich experience and a more rich producing environment.
Right. Wow, it's amazing. We have all these different. While this is going on, I'm being attacked by females. They want me to do this. They want me to do that with the show. Oh, yeah. The men are cool. The women want, they all want a piece of you or me or the show or all of us. I have no idea, but we love you. We love all you people out there. Ronald Bodie, or Ronnie, he likes to call Ronnie. He said hello. Hey, Ronnie. Ronnie's been watching, and DJ tagged him in on there. So, what about Hangouts? We talked about what's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of Hangouts now. And a follow-up is so how do Hangouts differ now that you've hung with a lot of these people you hang out with?
Not too much. You definitely do a lot more shit talking.
Yeah.
And a lot more. What do you call it? Definitely more. Not too different overall though, but you definitely have more laughs because there's a lot more inside jokes and stuff to make fun of people about, whether it be drunken memories that are not yet returned and may never return.
A lot of drunken memories, a lot of memories that I captured, that other people captured. What about some people that you want to give a shout out to that people don't know? Maybe how about some of the you talked to a lot of photographers that are on Plus. that were not in the Hangout circle?
Well, let's see.
Look some up.
Well, the picture that you showed of me that was taken by Brian, I'm not sure how to say his last name. It might be Jorgens or Jergens.
Jorgens.
He does a lot of photography hangouts, and he's someone that is involved with the G+ New York photo walkers.
Yeah, like Vivian too. Vivian.
Yes, Vivian, and let's see, who else? Yeah, I'm drawing a blank here because I'm on the spot.
Sorry, you do.
No, you do good. A lot of the G+ New York photo walkers that have been doing photo walks in New York for the past few months. Have to give a shout out to Tim Clary because he along with Super Dave and Ronnie and a few other people, Matthew, almost became blood brothers in a way. And Bobby Joe, even though she abandoned us, she's been pretty supportive in the stuff that I do. And someone that, let's see, a lot of the people that are commenting on the Hangout thread, I thought it was going to be a barren wasteland as far as people not showing up or commenting. But Aaron Wood is a cool guy.
Yeah, there were a lot of great hangouters in real life.
Daryl, another shout out to Daryl.
Daryl Barnes too.
I have respect for the Capitals, even though,
Yeah, no, he's a Washington guy, no problem.
And and he's also, he was a hockey player too. Respect to that.
Yeah, when he was a kid, he said he was like the only black hockey player in his team, right?
Mm-hmm.
And black
Renata waking up in the middle of the night to watch this because it's probably like 3 in the morning or 5 in the morning for her right now.
But I don't think she sleeps that much. I mean,
well, I'm not sure about that.
No,
Daniel, I really wish that I could. Well, I don't know for sure, but I'd like to make it out to Austin. I'm not sure if it's going to happen, but I'd definitely like to hang out with him again.
Yeah. I'd like to hang out with everybody again. This weekend,
hopefully, definitely.
Hang out with a couple people. Yeah. Passing out at hangouts around a boaty.
And well, I'm not sure if we ever figured out or if he told us the right way to say his name, but Motavis has been. I've been going back and forth with him a while with music stuff because we were both on SoundCloud, and today he was posting some good '80s music, some hair metal, which I appreciate.
You gotta like the hair metal.
That's what when I was a little kid, and I was being a bastard, and my parents wanted me to go to sleep. They would just put the headphones on me and put some Motley Crue on, and I would pass out.
You have awesome parents.
Who else is in there?
It's like Back to the Future. No, cool.
Tim Brooks was in the comment thread.
Yeah. Give a shout out. Yeah. Bro. And
Paul Rustan is awesome. I was sad that I only got to see him a little bit in the H.I.R.L, and he had to leave early.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Bronwyn was cool. She came to the Super Bowl party, and I went to. What day was it? It was Tuesday that we went to Toy Fair and got to see some Hello Kitty stuff and Care Bears and other random
other stuff.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I just want to get people into the hangout because they're all dying to hang out with us. And cat pictures, dog pictures, animated GIFs. Do you even like? You like your cats?
They're good in doses. I just like seeing funny pictures, period. So if there's a dog in it or if there's a cat in it, so be it.
It's humorous.
Yeah.
And Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, that other stuff, do you kind of use that stuff at all, or are you?
I'll use Twitter once in a blue moon. Facebook, a little bit less than that. Google Plus is definitely the largest audience. So I've been neglecting my own website. Just because I'm getting so much more.
You've been neglecting life.
Well, no, I still make time for life because I have to, but yeah, definitely. Well,
cool.
I'm good.
I know I said 9+, but I think I only got 7. But let's do the random question. Either 1, 3, or 4.
Well, I did 2. Yeah, so let's go with 4.
2, yeah. 4 is a good one. Jersey living. What's your favorite part of Jersey living? dead bodies in the trunk. What is something about Jersey that most people don't really know?
Well, the best part, I haven't lived in Jersey my whole life, but the first thing that comes to mind is, the New Jersey diner, where you can go and you can, get breakfast anytime you want. Get a good grilled cheese or omelet or...
Shout out Jersey Diner.
And I guess, if you want to get risky, you can ask for the lobster tails because they're always on the menu. I've never seen anyone get a lobster tail at a diner. Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of diners. There's a ton of shopping malls, even though I don't really participate in that. But
malls? Yeah. What? And so do you think the whole mafia, Italians, Jersey thing is overrun
personally, I haven't really been exposed to it that much. I'm sure it's there.
No.
It hasn't really affected me directly.
Not at all, because you're still among the living. What about Kitty? Before we go, Kitty's been resting a lot during the show. Hey, Kitty. Kitty, have anything to say? No, Kitty's like her back on.
She's been good, so she'll get a.
Oh.
She'll get a treat.
That's the first time we had a live feeding of a snack. My dog is lying on the laundry right now. Minnie, you want to be part of this? Huh? No, my dog would probably bite me if I try to pick her up at this point. There it is.
Oh, this is for Noah's. I'm not sure if she's still watching, but she's definitely a bigger fan of the cat than she is of me.
Mm.
So she'll appreciate. Nice. She calls Kitty Magneto because of the pattern on her head.
Nice.
And see, there are a lot of international people that I've been interacting with on Google+. I'm not sure if they're awake right now. People in Italy and Ria, Mara, Florian. People that when my schedule alternates, I'll either be up all night or I'll be up early. They're the people that are there when I'm up early.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and there are a lot of diners in New York and Jersey, a lot of great places. And Jersey's a great place. There's this one place in Jersey that has ridiculous deli sandwiches. Arnold's, I think it's called.
Yeah. Well, right. Is that the place where they stack them it's like?
Yeah. That's ridiculous. Yeah. But yeah.
With New York, there's places all over that are open all night. But for New Jersey, especially where I live, most places, after 6 p.m., the place is a ghost town. So the diner is the place where whether it's midnight and you feel like having eggs, you go there. If you're drunk and you just want to get some food, you go there.
Browen said, always order a tail of ham at a Jersey diner. Tail of ham. That sounds good to me, I guess. I'm not really into ham, but
I usually go for it depends. I usually go for the grilled cheese or Western omelet or 2 eggs over.
Well, you can put ham. Those are 3 things you can put ham on, right?
Yeah, but grilled cheese is just grilled cheese. I don't put anything else on it.
You never have like bacon or tomatoes or anything?
Sometimes bacon, but usually just the classic.
You stay classy.
Yeah, and then 2 eggs over easy with bacon.
Cool. Not to be a downer, I just wanted to talk really quickly that there's been a lot of deaths this month, and something today. Gary Carter passed away as a Met fan, and that was pretty. He was one of my childhood heroes, and out of everyone that played sports, I feel like he was one of the role models. He was somebody that really he did what he had to do, and he was pretty clean and inspirational and motivational. And it's sad, 57, pretty young, and he battled through brain tumors and all that. But my thoughts. Yeah, go ahead.
It's weird when to someone that doesn't really appreciate sports to see someone, be hit by the death of, an athlete that they admired. You don't to an athlete that's on your favorite team is almost a member of your family in some way because you pretty much keep track of everything they do. You're always rooting for them to succeed, and then when something like that happens, you can get caught off guard by the way that you can get, hit by something like that to find out that they died, especially that way.
Yeah. Well, it was sad, but I mean, I think it was something like when we found out that he had such a terrible disease, that was the part that was more upsetting. I think because you kind of knew that. Yeah,
you think back to them in their prime, and then you see them. You don't think of them as being, vulnerable in that way.
That's true, yeah. And it's amazing to me, like something like cancer, like it doesn't matter how you live your life. If you you could be the cleanest, you could eat the right things, you could be clean, you could exercise, you could do everything right, and you could still get something terrible. Or and just like you do the opposite, you could be like totally not caring and never get it. So it's weird how that happens.
And on the same token, earlier in the hockey season, there was a team in Russia, in the Russian Professional League, and the plane crashed and killed the entire team.
Yeah,
and a lot of the guys on the team were, a few guys used to play for the Rangers. One of them was, he was retired, but he was on the 1994 Stanley Cup winning Ranger team. So like when something like that happens, you don't expect it. And I was surprised that, it hit me, because you know a lot about the people. It's almost like an extended family member.
Yeah.
And for me, since I'm so into hockey, it's, almost like a family member.
Yeah, and that's bringing the show down more, but it's like, it just, February or the winter, I mean, people die all the time, but, they went to Houston, and there was some other, then there was like a school bus crash that happened, and a child died in Jersey, and I know someone that just lost her mother unexpectedly, and a guy someone that's just had surgery for a tumor, and it's just, it's terrible. And then you start to, like, I don't know, I don't want to bring the show down, but anyway, yeah. But,
I mean, the thing is that, unfortunately, there's stuff like this happening all the time, but to, turn things around, a lot of people may not be having the best time, but, a place like Google Plus is where people can, kind of unwind and, make things a little bit better. I know.
Yeah, talk about stuff.
For me, I've been really busy these past few months, and if it weren't for Google Plus, I probably would have very little human interaction just because I'm working all the time.
Yeah, and kids are interaction, but they're not the same as adults. So, yeah, many people throughout his 19-year career, Daniel Lewis says, and Gary Carter, he went as an expo in the Hall of Fame, but I always think of him as a Met, the kid Gary Carter, and it's part of life, and we just hope that the other side of life, whatever it is, it's something that's positive, whatever it is, and we hope there's going to be a lot more life and a lot more death and a lot more exciting things to come. And
well, I know one exciting thing that's going to happen pretty soon, for me at least, on Saturday night.
How exciting!
I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but there's somewhat of a H.I.R.L going on.
Oh yeah, I mentioned earlier. Yeah, mini NYC H.I.R.L. We're gonna meet you, a bunch of people, Nita, Talani, and some other people.
Tiffany and Jason Joseph and Rebecca Pearl, possibly Heather Faye.
Oh, cool, Heather, nice. Lynette Young and Stephanie Davis too might come. So,
sweet.
So we're gonna get a lot of people that hang out and hopefully have fun, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully the weather will hold up. I think it's supposed to be like a nor'easter on Sunday, but I don't know if it's Sunday or something.
I'll tough it out. It'll be okay.
Tough it out, yeah. I heard, and Cliff Roth too, maybe full of Roth, and Vivian Bourgeois. So looking forward to that. Thank you, Brian McDonald, Brian Van McSickle, for being part of the show. And Brian is I consider one of my best friends on here, and just he's always been someone to depend upon, and it's been great ride so far. And we don't plan on selling each other out or under the river or under the bus, or because that's not what bros do, So
right. Well, now I've talked so much in this show that I'm probably going to be quiet for the next 3 weeks.
That's the thing I didn't bring up, that you are not someone that talks a lot. And the fact you're like, what am I going to talk about? And
well,
I think I gave you.
It's not that I don't talk. It's just that I don't enjoy jockeying for attention in a hangout. I'll just let everyone talk about stuff, and if I have something to say, then I'll get to it.
Yeah. Yeah, and you don't really get angry. You don't really get upset about stuff. You might get annoyed or irked, but not in a terrible way. Hey,
I'm very patient.
Euro Maestro, we're gonna have a Hangout Conversations. It's opening soon. Yeah. So sorry to hear about that. Daryl lost his father as well. Yeah, it's terrible. I lost all my grandparents, and a lot of people going through. I think everyone's been affected by cancer in their life, right? I don't think there's one person. I think almost everybody has been affected in some way, through a family member or a friend. And it's just a disease we really need to be on top of. But
yeah, every one of my grandparents had cancer.
Yeah, it's scary to think about it, but
I mean,
but yeah, it's part of life.
Yeah, exactly.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I'm hoping that I go out before I get cancer, so I want to go out in a blaze of glory.
Blaze of glory.
Yeah.
Nice, Bon Jovi reference.
Well, not exactly, but like something like, running into a burning orphanage and saving all the children, but not making it. That's like my ideal way of going out in a blaze of glory.
That would be cool to save kids. I mean, I would like to be like 108 when I'm running into that building saving kids.
I don't know if I would want to. I don't know if I want to be like old.
No.
Not that old.
What do you think? You're more like 75?
Maybe. We'll see.
You're running out of time, kid. It's coming soon. I hope not.
Plenty of time.
Time goes fast. Yeah, plenty of time. No, we're not worried. This is not a downer. This has been a great show. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Bobby J. Woods, for being here for a bit, and hopefully you feel better. And Broadway, I hope you feel better. Everyone for watching. Daniel Henlo with Stormtrooper. Euro Maestro, we'll get you in. Daryl Barnes, Paul Rustan, Tim the Butcher, Clary, Renata Sherwin from South Africa, who likes to say sister. Again, I apologize in advance for your writer, Brian. I'll get it right next time. No, I won't. Motavis Jones, Daniel
I'm going to be on the show next week, right? I'm going to be on the show every week.
You're going to be here in spirit. Oh, yeah. I guess maybe. We'll see.
I'm going to have to take over for Chris Perlow. Even if he's in here, I'm just going to talk over him the whole time.
You should, because I would never do that at all. Robert Vienna, Falcon Reddle, thank you for stopping by. And Bruce Gava shared it. And lots of people love you, love me, love the show, love what's going on. And,
we all love each other.
Chevalier Burns, we just love each other. So that was that. And Brian hinted at it. I'm trying to have a crazy. I don't know what got into me, but I got Chris Perlow on Wednesday, and possibly Mohammed Mansour, if I pronounce his name right, will come on Thursday. So I might have 2 shows back to back, and you'll have to sit here and watch Perlow and then Mohammed. And I don't know who you want to see more. Maybe it'll just be one of them. Maybe they'll both cancel on me, and I'll bring in someone else. I have no idea.
Well, I'm here if you need me.
Brian can fill in. We'll get all the jerseys. We'll get you, Cliff Roth, Lynette Young, George, Tracy.
Well, I mean, all we did was talk about photography pretty much, right?
Yeah, we didn't cover the surface that much. A lot of photography, a lot of pictures, and
that's good.
It's good.
We have to leave some mystery about me still.
Yeah, you're very mysterious. You got a hoodie on, and what about? I didn't even ask you about goals. We didn't even talk about you scoring goals. We talked about Conversations Plus. People want to know. But go organize your circles if you want to shrink them down. We'll see you next week. Maybe it'll be a huge double show. A lot of tech talk between Mohammed and Chris Perlow, I'm guessing. A lot of box blind and the Northerners. You got Seattle and in Canada. So peace. We'll get the Conversations Plus link out, and let us know in the thread if you want to be part of it. Thanks for watching, those of you watching on YouTube and the recorded version whenever I got this up. Thanks for your patience. Go check out some of these other great videos and a lot of Hangout on Air show with Bruce Garber's got a lot of great content. And Peter G. McDermott has a lot of stuff too, plus the Tears. Hopefully we'll get that out to you soon. We're working on that. We're trying to be funny. It's a lot of work to make us funny. And we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.